आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
A big hello to all our listeners. Welcome to an enriching podcast series, Vigyan Ki Awaaz. This podcast series focuses on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. In Vigyan Ki Awaaz today, we take ahead our knowledge-filled discussions with Dr. Pradeep Srivastav, Executive Director at TIFAC, DST, New Delhi. Sir has been a professor and ex-chair at the School of Biochemical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, BHU on deputation. He is the Vice President at QCFI India. He is also the Vice Chair, Membership Committee at IIASA Austria. He is also the Chair, IPR Policy for DRDO. Sir is the member at the Executive Council of IIASA Austria. Sir is also the member of BOG RGIPT Raebareli Amethi. Sir is also the spark of Indo-US collaboration professor and coordinator 2019. Sir has also been the scientific expert member at Indian Patent Office, Government of India from 2016 till date. Sir is also the visiting scholar faculty at FIU Miami, USA 2019. Sir has also been the member of STIP Policy 2020 DST Government of India. Amongst his recent achievements, we are very proud to share with you, dear listeners. He has been instrumental in conceptualizing and initiating the following new programs, policies and reports: Tele Digital Health Pilot Program, Saksham Portal for skill mapping and providing job opportunities for blue-collared workers, Gaon Ka Vikas Technology ke Saath for ushering technology interventions for villages, Technology Foresight Studies on e-vehicles, healthcare ecosystem and advanced technologies for the government, Decarbonization Roadmap, which was released in COP27 Egypt, Technology Needs Assessment Study Series on Key Industrial Sectors, Technology Vision 2047, which is a sequel to Technology Vision 2035, revived seaweeds projects to realize the untapped potential. He has rejuvenated the India IIASA collaboration policy for carbon pricing by air, energy, water nexus. He has also been pivotal in making the roadmap to achieve Atmanirbharta in healthcare and pharma sector. We give our heartfelt gratitude and thanks on behalf of all the listeners of Vigyan Ki Awaaz to Dr. Pradeep Srivastav, heading as the Executive Director at TIFAC, Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council. So we would like to know, as in TIFAC has been growing each year, we get to know some of the other new initiatives. One such area where you really drew your own personal motto, or let's say your own belief that this area should have been catered strongly. And
oh yes, I have something in store wherein I think that TIFAC can take a new leap, and it is like when our honorable great visionary Prime Minister Shri Modi ji thinks of India's technology leadership, and he calls that India should become Vishwaguru in next 20 years, 25 years. So TIFAC should take a lead on it, and I am about to try to connect. What we are trying to do for the first time, the TIFAC is trying to become an international body which will be housed in India, stationed in India, and will have membership from Southeast Asian countries and Global South who will seek TIFAX membership, because my understanding is that the problems in this area, Southeast Asia or Global South, are very common. See, we all suffer from problems like health problems, be malaria, typhoid, dengue and all that. We have problems like overshooting population. We have problems on water availability. We have problems on flood. We have problems on joblessness. We have problems on small and medium scale industries. These are some of the problems which are prevalent in this part of the world only. There is no such health problem in America. There is no such health problem in Europe. When you talk of low birth weight babies, we talk of hemoglobin, fall in hemoglobin level. We talk of women anemia in women. We talk of joblessness. They don't have any such problem. But India has this problem. Malaysia has such a problem. South Korea has such a problem. We have Egypt, South Africa, UAE, all these countries have such problem, water problem. So first time we are giving up a mission to connect to all these nations. They can see TIFAX is being defined as an international body. We are trying to put it, and these countries have shown interest to come on along with us in joining this body, and probably this becomes the first international body from type India, which will be based in India, and we're working for not only for India as a typically as a Vishwaguru or Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam की जो बात हमारे मोदी जी करते हैं, I think we'll be able to achieve it.
Wonderful. So we'll now like to know about your own journey. Tell us a little, which field are you working in?
Oh yes, I'm working on a field called biochemical engineering and bioengineering. This is a very new, very interesting field which has got application in every sector. One application is in health sector, where development of new drugs. New tissue engineering is another area which we have been working upon. Like, we are generating human tissues in the lab, and then we can put those tissues back to the human being if he is in some loss of the tissue. Suppose you get an accident, you lose certain portion of bone, so bone get fractured and the bone is powdered, so need to have multiple fractures are there. We need to put new bones. So what we do, we generate bones in the lab, we put it back to the patient. We are working on, we are doing skin regeneration. Some people like have burns, the skin is lost. If we are trying to regenerate skin in our lab, we are trying to put back to skin to the patient. So we are trying to do, this is called tissue engineering. Then we are also trying to improve on the immunity of the body, because nowadays what we look forward is like personalized medicine. Everyone will have his own medicine. So we work for the 3D printing of medicines for the patients, and also at the same time for the bulk production of pharmaceuticals and drugs, we are trying to use cleaner processes. We are trying to use microbial processes which will be clean instead of chemical process. This is some of the area which I've been working about, and I've got publications and patents in these areas.
Wonderful. So how is this field contributing to the growth of the country?
Yes, this is the probably my group from IIT BHU is the first group in India which is working on tissue engineering, which is working on generating those tissues and then translating those tissues. See, there's a gap. Any science can be done in the lab, but once you are able to translate the science from lab to the field, that is very important. You develop the science in the lab, but you take it to the clinic. That is important. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm taking it to the clinic for the first time, and we have many such products which are already in the Indian market, which have been developed by my lab, and people are getting benefited.
Wonderful. So please tell us, India being ranked in this field, what is our ranking?
Our ranking in the innovation has come up drastically. There was a time about 6-7 years before, it was in 80s, and now today we are 39th in Global Innovation Index in a list of countries of 156 countries. If you look into the publication, India's total number of research publications is like about 135,000 research publications, whereas US research publications are about 4 lakh something, and China's research publications are about 6 lakh something. See, there's a difference is there. Similarly, look into the patents. The number of patents being filed in India are 68,000 patents every year. The number of patents being filed by US is like 350,000 plus patents, and the number of patents being filed by China are like 6 lakhs plus patents. So we see there's a stark difference between the patents being filed by India, publications being done by India, but nevertheless we are in the growth process. We are growing up, and soon we shall become Vishwaguru.
Wonderful. I think we are on the way of being a Vishwa Guru,
Yeah.
and we would definitely keep the flag of the nation
Correct.
high. And every contribution, every research, or every area of work gives us a roadmap for future. So, sir, for this field, what is our roadmap? How is the future of the country visible?
Say, if we talk about the science technology, definitely we have a long way to go. And for the understanding of general population and my young, scientists, budding scientists, I would like to say that India's future is very bright. We have got the largest population in the world which speaks English. We got the largest population in the world which is educated and knows science and technology, which is trained in science technology. We have largest population in the world which is skilled. So in such a scenario, if we keep our flag high, if we keep our objectives high, I think nobody can stop us from winning the race.
Wonderful. I think we have a very bright future. And through Vigyan Ki Awaaz, we are bringing such voices which are also opening windows to the future. So, last but not the least, you have such a life with full of experiences, rich, flavored, and I think, like I said in the beginning, you yourself are an epitome, an institution, a role model for people to follow. You must be having a lot of success stories. Tell us a few about them, which you really think that good that I was born like a scientist and I'm so blessed to become somebody who can contribute to this field.
Very interesting question, a very tough question as well. I don't know what the success to me is like. Whatever objectives I fix and able to complete it and deliver it, that's the biggest success. To tell you the fact, like all the years of my academics, probably we came from a middle class family wherein my mother was a college teacher. So we were asked only to study and that's what we did. We had only two options, study and playing outdoor games. That was the two options. Today the days have changed. Students have lot many options available. But I don't say that only academics can work. The skill set along with academics and the ability to visualize the future, ability to place yourself in a system and ability to deliver it, that's also very important. And I think that our young generation is very smart. They can take on the responsibilities. Only thing is that what they need is that a slight hand holding. And for that matter, our generation population and our generation people should take care for this next millennium people, next gen people very strongly. In our time, the things were different. We didn't have social media. We didn't have this internet web space. We did not have meta. We didn't have all these things. In fact, today there's an ocean of information, ocean of knowledge. The connection to the correct knowledge is also very much required, but then your ability to decide what is right, what is wrong for you, that's also very important. So the days are tough ahead. The academic scenario is going to change. We will not be having any more school teaching, college teaching. Everything will be virtual. Examinations will be virtual. Grading would be also, again would be done through comparative gradings. So in such a scenario, it is probably the knowledge along with the skill set is also very important. Now we'll have augmented reality, VR, AR, VR labs. So student will have to visualize it and then they'll have flood of information. So you have to pick the right information. So all these things are going to come, we are already in the process of adopting this. I would like to tell, like last meeting at BRICS when I was in South Africa last year, I was delivering a talk on next future of academics. So the type of system wherein we have been studying, we have colleges, we have schools, we have universities, and then we have examinations, we have teachers who come and teach in the class, and if a student does not take a class, then he rebukes him and fires him, get out of the class, shouts on the student. Those things are gone. We cannot make attendance a mandatory part, because now Student would be studying at the comfort of their house, at the comfort of a place. Will be taking classes, courses, and then on the basis of student's own requirement, he'll be selecting. We cannot have what course he has to study. We cannot make it mandatory that okay, you have to study all these 5 subjects only. Maybe like he, apart from these 5, will identify 2 more subjects from some other field. So he should be able to. And now the boundaries between the subjects will diminish. Will not have like only biology to be studied, or only physics and maths to be studied, or only humanities to be studied, or only numbers, finance should be studied. No, the boundaries are merging. Probably student may, if he is taking a course on electronics, and if he has got interest on doing something for the manufacturing of that, because he can conceptualize the process, he can conceptualize the design, they need to have some course on design. And if he has got interest in manufacturing or wants to start up his own company, he needs to have understanding on finance, so he has to take a course on finance. And if I got understanding on finance, if he thinks it has to put the product in the market, he needs to take a course on marketing. So all this jumbling of subjects across boundaries is very much to be done, and this cannot be done under one roof. So probably we'll have virtual classes, student taking various subjects. We call it cafeteria style courses. It will be there. And then the marking would be again on the credit based marking. And after suppose student is studying for 2 years and then he thinks let him see the pilot of his product, he goes to the market, does something, comes back. So now the government is also introducing this, like you are allowed to leave the course in second year, you get some diploma, after 3 years you get a degree, after 4 years you get this and that. But those are things are, it's not only to stay this way. We'll have more of learning processes, new courses will come. All those courses what we study will be gone. We'll have more courses on data, we'll have more courses on security of data, we'll have more courses on analytics of data, we'll have more courses on blockchain, we have more courses on laboratory practices being defined to virtual mode. All these things are going to evolve, and certainly finance and numbers will be definitely an integral part of everything. So those understanding has to be brought in our students, and I think India is a very bright future if we look into these things, and we should be able to do it.
Wonderful. I think when I talk to you, I look at India becoming bigger, and like we say, through the words of Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore ji, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. And of course, science will keep our head held high.
Yeah.
DIFAC will keep our head held high.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and it is indeed a very, very powerful and proud moment for me to have interacted with you. The very most last question, this initiative through podcast series, bringing the tales of science, bringing talks from the scientists, talking about how science has been prospering in the country. How do you find the initiative again, Theorise?
It's very good. Let me congratulate you for this initiative. It's very good. What I would like that, if the institutions can make it mandatory, those institutions, when I say institutions can make it mandatory, institutions like late school institutions or early college institutions can make it mandatory, like the students should interact with, so that they can know what is happening exactly. Now we cannot get restricted only to books. This is another mode of learning. Now the student, probably we can have half an hour period of interaction when they happen to visualize on the screen, see what is going into, what has happened. Probably this will give a lot of insight. So this can be done at the college level, it can be done at the school, late school level, 12th class and 11th class when students interact. So we had a period of, you recall in my own days when we had a period of library, we used to go to library and sit. Now those things are gone. Nobody goes and sits in the library. But still, if we have some period like when people sees these podcasts, hears this, I think it is definitely going to make a big difference. And then that way, Salam Namaste is doing excellent job, and I congratulate you for it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You can make it sector specific. Say suppose tomorrow if you would like to talk something on what are the new health initiatives to be taken, you can make it sector specific. If you make it then you can make it like, you can grade it, the content can be graded, like if it is for the students of the higher grade, you can make it like more focused on some particular technologies also. That will be also very interesting.
Wow, wonderful. So we thank you from the core of our heart for giving your valuable time, and we take a promise that we will meet you again very, very soon.
My pleasure too.
And we'll keep
My
on
honor.
talking about science and the contribution in the field of science.
Thanks.
Dear listeners, today at Vigyan Ki Awaaz, we had a very, very eminent guest, and while we all knew about TIFAC contributing to the country's head held high in the field of science, I'm sure all the listeners along with me will be really, really proud, and we would wait for the next episode at Vigyan Ki Awaaz. Until and up to we meet next in the next episode, please take care of yourself and please keep loving science. Thank you so much. Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a podcast series to popularize STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine.
विज्ञान की आवाज, की आवाज.
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Salam Namaste Community Radio, Noida.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज आपकी